What is up, everyone? Speed here, and today we're going to be following BRAX on offense. This is going to be more of a just general, I wouldn't say offense guide. We're going to be looking at some very impressive plays that he makes, so hopefully you guys can incorporate his knowledge from, his gameplay into your own and basically become a better Valorant player. We're going to be looking at two different matches. One is going to be Raze gameplay, and then one is going to be Phoenix gameplay. So if you're excited to learn about either of those characters, like and subscribe, as we're posting daily. It takes a lot of work, it really does, but I really do want to try to help everyone get good at Valorant as soon as possible. So if you guys could hit the like button right now, it's just a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. All right, let's look at one round right off the bat. So he's going to be pushing right side here, and the game plan was that they wanted to secure their breach to the orb. So he's going to lead in with the boom bot, and I like the strategy just right off the bat. You lead with the boom bot to make sure you can secure the orb for your teammate. A lot of people don't lead with boom bot. I don't understand why. It's just one of those things that you should get in the habit of. On top of that here, we're going to see him spray through the wall. Guys, please abuse wall bangs, especially if you're using the Phantom. They don't secure a kill there, right? But do you understand that that's a low risk, basically no risk, high reward play, right? What if they tag someone for 70? Sure, they could get healed up by a Sage, but if they get lucky because they double sprayed with both the breach and the Raze, they could get a kill, right? Get a frag at the beginning of the round, and why not take the chance? You're not gonna run out of ammo. Guys, I wanna ask you a question. Have you run out of ammo in a match of Valorant? If you have, on a gun like the Vandal or the Phantom, well, this doesn't apply to you because you're probably already spraying through walls enough. But for the most part, use your ammo and go for lucky wall bangs, especially if you're using a silenced weapon like the Phantom. Now, they decided that A wasn't a good push. I believe there was an AWP holding it, so they wanted to shift towards B and avoid just the AWP. Pushing through here, we're going to see him run into the enemy Viper ult. And I want to note that running into Viper ulties is not necessarily a bad idea. I'm going to pause real quick and just kind of make sure I explain why I think this. Just because the Viper might be able to see you doesn't mean anyone else on the enemy team can see you. It's basically a sight size smoke for you. Sure, it makes you decay, but as long as you pressure the enemy Viper out of it and get out at some period of time, you won't lose much health. It could obviously make you take a bad trade as you are decaying. For the most part, do not be too afraid of Viper ulti and going into it as a team. Just get in, get the kill, and overwhelm the Viper, and a lot of bad Vipers will simply stay in it and let you kill them. But now looking at the next part of the clip here, he's going to actually back up and watch for the flank. All I want to mention is that I know for a lot of players, they struggle with looking for flanks. You constantly want to be thinking about where the enemies could be coming from. Have they flanked in previous rounds? If so, they will likely flank again. Players often become predictable, especially if you're at the lower ranks. They're going to be very, very predictable and then repeat the same actions over and over again, and he's able to get a double headshot with fantastic crosshair placement. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the round. They go through the teleporter, save, and let's get into the next one. Upcoming here, we're going to see a comical round. This one is legitimately hilarious. Just everything that conspires, but let's get into some practical information first. So I want you to look at the map in the top left here, right? So they have the Brimstone and the Raze on the right side A, right? They have the Breach middle, the Sage, and the Cypher on the B site. And what's very notable here is that the bomb is just hiding in the back. This is a strategy that pro players use all the time. And basically what they do is they split up on the map. They either are securing ulti orbs or just want to take separate engagements without dropping the spike. I think a lot of players feel like attacking on Valorant is very difficult. I mean, it is extremely difficult. And because of that, what they do instead is that they kind of just split up the map, look for individual pickoffs, secure orbs, and so they leave the bomb behind. Because if you get picked off with the bomb, you're basically telling the enemy team, hey, go just protect the bomb, and you basically win. On top of that here, he's gonna slow peek through, and this very hilarious peek ends up coming out. This is when you know you're against top tier players. When they do weird stuff like this, they wouldn't see coming. Fortunately, he doesn't end up going down, but he's gonna peek through here, right? Checking every angle, being very diligent. This is always, just jiggling every single angle. He actually saw the arm of the player there, but didn't realize, and then out of nowhere just gets surprised by two players, an Omen and a Brimstone, just chilling in the corner. Does end up surviving, using the satchel to protect himself, and then for some reason, the Omen just TPs through. I guess he assumed that BRAX would try to go all the way back and he'd get a free pick, but some psycho stuff for sure. And at this point, I really like his patience. If he pushes through here, assuming that his team will just get the frags, he would die because they don't actually know where all the enemy players are right now. And because of his patience, he's able to get a kill on Devow with a beautiful headshot, and the round is essentially over. And lastly here, I want to talk about some very smart decision making from BRAX. So they're going to be pushing into B with only 20 seconds left, and you have to understand that your main objective at this point is just to get the bomb down, right? Unfortunately, the spike gets knocked out of him. However, he does get rezzed and obviously still has the spike as you're going to pick it up when you get rezzed, and he realizes, okay, what's my situation here? There's 6 seconds left. There's 2 enemies alive. What do? You have to plan. You actually have to plan this scenario because you could challenge both of them, but if they're good players, they're not going to just rush in, right? they're not going to rush in, because if they rush in, they're giving you an opportunity to, you know, dink them both and win the round. So instead, they're going to force you to plant, right? They're going to force you to plant. Just wait. They want to wait it out and hope you just mess up. So what he does is he gets to plant off and then immediately gets out. Really good decision making here. I love the fact that he backs up all the way through the vents, or actually not exactly sure what you call this area, B long, and he goes all the way around, right? All the way around. And I love this decision. Unfortunately, he's not able to clutch up, but it was so close. An incredible just wall bank onto the Omen. Does get knocked out by a really good swing by the Brimstone, but he almost clutched up. And that's kind of what it takes. You have to look at the clock, the mini map, consider your options, change your position, and hopefully you guys could take a lot out of that. I really like the fact, just if there's one thing to really note there, that he plants the spike and goes into that B long area. I really love that play in general. I think it's super reliable, especially if you were, once again, in iron or bronze. You're just going to destroy people with a play like that, you know, plant into going into CT spawn. All right, now let's get into the Phoenix gameplays. We're going to be looking at Haven here, and they're going to be pushing through Garage. So the number one thing I want to mention about Garage pushing with, you know, competitive players or a team is it's a very good idea to spray the doors. This is going to give you information and basically scare the players into either backing off, or you're going to get lucky damage, which is obviously going to help you out getting frags later on. Moving on from there, they use obviously Sova's arrow to get information, and he walks in. This is just an important thing to do, guys. Someone has to walk in. I know this is basic information, but please, guys, if your team needs someone to walk in, be the man. Get your team in, get them going, right? Get your team on the right pace to actually get onto the bomb and make the move. Unfortunately, there is a cypher on C, so they do actually have to sort of slow play it, and I love the play that comes up here. So there's a cypher in the back left. They know that, Brax knows it. So what is he gonna do? Does he just molly and throw it into the back? Is he gonna wait and look to the right? In this case, I really like his decision not to look to the left or even bother throwing a molly. Well, the molly might have been all right. I'll be real. If he stays in the back here and chucks it with the combination of the Sage Slow, I think that's actually a super high skill play. That is an option that he probably missed out on. But in the heat of the moment, most players are going to push in. And what he does is he doesn't worry about the cypher on the left here because he's slowed. Instead, he worries about the potential threat from the back right, gets a great dink onto the enemy Sova, then worries once again about the cypher, going to be able to secure the kill with another great headshot, and eventually heal himself up with the with the fantastic molly that almost kills off his Sova. That was so funny in stream. Everyone was laughing, but basically he almost killed his friendly Sova with that. However, I really like the decision making to check the right, then worry about the cypher later on because spells had been committed on the cypher, preventing him from pushing up, and yeah, just another great round. Getting into the final round we're going to be looking at, they're going to be pushing B, and it's very important to note that he just uses his ulti here. We're 10 rounds in, so there's only 2 more right after this one, and it's very important to note what he does here. He's going to just use his ulti right off the bat. It's important to understand that even though he can't see anything, right, it's smoked off, he doesn't know where the enemy players are, he's simply going to ulti in, and this is the main benefit of Phoenix as a character in my opinion. As a duelist, you kind of just want to get in with your ulti and use it. The reason why I'm saying this is your ulti, right, run it back, it takes only 6 charges, right? It's only 6 orbs. A lot of ultis in the game are 7, right? I believe Sova's arrow, or I'm sorry, Sova's ultimate is 7. I believe Sage's resurrection is 7, and because of that, run it back is a little bit easier to get and should be used quite a bit more flexibly, right? Just get your team in, get it off cooldown. I almost recommend using it essentially every round you have it. That might seem crazy, but I'm pretty confident that this is one of those spells that you just want to keep repeating over and over again. After all, you're playing Phoenix, you're likely going to get a bit more kills than the other characters, and you're going to be able to build it up quickly. Following that up, they plant the B bomb, and I love this flank coverage here. On the map Haven, when you're pushing B, you can kind of just crouch. It's very important to note that you can crouch behind this and then peek when you hear people coming. You can also flash it very easily, and he secures an easy double kill onto the cypher and to the Sova and wins his team the round. So I think he really was the main factor in winning this round so effectively. Obviously, to finish it off here, he's going to molly the bomb when the time is ticking out as well. But to run that back, right? Run the clip back or the information back. Number one, you're going to want to run it back into the bomb. Then, right after you run it back into the bomb, because it's a cheap ultimate, push back, sit behind those boxes, crouch behind them, look for flashes when people push in through the flank, and you're probably going to win a round. But thank you guys for watching this video about BRAX on his journey of Raze and Phoenix on offense. Hopefully you learned something. I know I've been learning a ton from BRAX as a player, and so I want to keep making just VOD analysis about him. If you like BRAX or just any other streamer or player that you think I should VOD review, let me know in the comment section down below. I do read them, and therefore, you know, if you guys put someone in there that I know I can do, right, they have consistent Twitch VODs in high quality, yeah, I'll definitely look into it. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.